And you do feel like a feather blowing about in the wind, not knowing where you belong, not knowing what it is that you should be doing. And it can feel like you're searching for something, but never finding what it is that you're searching for. I have some awarenesses into what this might be based on what it was for me. And in this video, I'm going to share that with you. I have been accused of being a feather that just blows into people's lives and then blows out of people's lives and just lives life on that feather, allowing the wind to blow you in whichever direction it happens to be going. Inasmuch as I do believe that there is a certain amount of being open and going with the flow of life and being able to be discerning about what is good for you and what is not good for you, and then being able to move on to the next thing. I totally agree with that. You might be experiencing this exact thing where you are feeling lost and you do feel like a feather blowing about in the wind, not knowing where you belong, not knowing what it is that you should be doing. And it can feel like you're searching for something, but never finding what it is that you're searching for. I have some awarenesses into what this might be based on what it was for me. And in this video, I'm going to share that with you. I'm Iris Sirianni. I am a self-love coach. And so let's break this down. So if you are feeling like you are lost, like you are stuck, like you have been lost and stuck for a very long time, know that you're not alone, number one. I want you to know that most people will experience this feeling of feeling lost with no direction. And what can happen is you feel like you are going here, you're going there, you have this idea and you go down that rabbit hole of pursuing that new idea or that new person or that new home, whatever it happens to be, but it doesn't end up working out. So you get on your feather, so to speak. That's what somebody told me that I did. Get on your feather and go on to the next thing. So you get on your feather, metaphorically, and you go to the next thing in search of something. And during this time, it can be so challenging. It can be so disheartening, so disempowering. And what I want you to know is that you are actually not stuck. You are not really that feather that's just flitting about aimlessly, looking for somewhere to belong, looking for something. In my opinion and in my experience, I feel what this is you're becoming the next version of yourself. If this is you, what is really helpful is to have a higher perspective of what is going on. Because if you look at what's been going on in your life that has caused you to feel so unsettled, to feel so restless, in my experience, it's because there has been a shift in your life somehow. So it may have been the loss of a career. It could have been the ending of a relationship. It could have been the loss of somebody really important to you, and loss, I mean that they have transitioned. Something that really disrupts your, I'm going to call it your equilibrium. I'm hearing equilibrium. Something that disrupts your equilibrium. It disrupts how you used to do everything and how you did anything, including the people that you associated with, how you felt about yourself, the thoughts that you were thinking, the beliefs you have, the work that you did. When you look at your day-to-day life, it was manifested as a result of something completely disrupting how your life was. And so what happens is we find that ourselves in this place between somewhere where we used to be and somewhere where we're not. And that space in between, it's like that space you find yourself where you recognize that you're not that person anymore before those things happened. And sometimes it's not just one thing. Sometimes it's a series of things that happen in order to create this massive shift that has you feeling like you need to be searching for something. And what you're searching for is a place to reground yourself. Besides wanting to feel like you want to be grounded somewhere, there are also a couple of other things that are happening here. We are being called to transform ourselves. It is, in my opinion, part of your spiritual awakening. And as a result of a spiritual awakening and that self-discovery, it is calling you to look at some deeply embedded pain that you carry. And a lot of people, I want to acknowledge that we are always doing the best we can with where we're at and the insight and knowledge and wisdom that we carry within us, and our willingness to want to change the things about ourselves that are creating a lot of unhappiness in our lives. That's the taking responsibility for ourselves in our life part. The other part of this is that the healing that we are doing, that deeply embedded pain, lies below the surface of our past experiences. So it lies below the experience of bullying. It lies below the experience of verbal, physical, sexual abuse. It is the pain that might be codependency. It might be the pain of self-loathing, the pain of self-worth. It lies below the surface of the experience that we have. That's the part that is healing as a result of this big disruption in your life. And as difficult as this part is, you are ready to do this healing. If you were not ready, if your soul was not ready to embark on this healing journey, you would not have had that experience. And if you've lost somebody really near and dear to your heart, my heart goes out to you. That is just such a painful process. And so I want to acknowledge that. Life is always happening for us, and it happens for us in order for us to evolve into a greater understanding of ourselves and aligning ourselves to more authenticity. The other thing that I feel happens during this time, and the thing that really has you feeling so lost and feeling like that feather blowing around in the wind with no particular destination in mind, is that as you transform yourself, as you do that beneath the surface healing, what's trying to emerge is a new purpose in life. Quite often when we have like a lot of things taken out of our lives, we lose our sense of purpose in life. And we are creative beings. We need to be creating. And as you go through this transformation, it can feel like you're being squeezed or pushed through a very narrow test tube, and you can feel very collapsed and feel the pressure of life all around you. But what's happening is Spirit is just guiding you through this transformation process and guiding you through that test tube. And it's really uncomfortable and it's really painful, but it's also very helpful for you in spite of how painful it is. So as a result of this process, you are evolving into more of your authentic self so that you can align with the destiny, the reason, the purpose for your life. When you go through a spiritual awakening, you begin to have a keen awareness of humanity and how you want to be of service to humanity. Yes, you want to be of service to yourself, absolutely. You want to have that self-love and compassion and grace, and you want to be able to provide for yourself. But the awareness now becomes more humanitarian based. How can I serve humanity? And it's not necessarily that you want to serve every single human being on the planet. It is you are serving the people that you are meant to be serving. So for me, I have always been about love. I have always been about compassion and empathy and understanding. I've always had the ability to put myself in somebody else's shoes and understand where they're coming from. And so for me, as a self-love coach, my purpose is to help guide you through your dark night of the soul. So you can call this a dark night of the soul. So to help you through your dark night of the soul, and so that you can get out the other side, so that you can align to your more authentic self and fall into your path of true destiny and how it feels best for you to fulfill your purpose here. I hope that's making sense to you. And I'll just finish this part up by saying that we all have very unique gifts that we were born with, and we don't always align straight away with those gifts and talents. You might be a nurturing type of person, and you might be the type of person that really wants to help people feel good, to see the hope in things. You might be the type of person that is very creative through your art, through your music, through your writings, through your poetry. And with each one of our gifts are never meant to be kept for ourselves. They're meant to help other people in their lives. Our creative expression, in whichever way that is meant to serve other people, not just ourselves. So if you are very artistic, start creating your art. Overcome the fear of putting your artwork out there. I know that we're all so susceptible to other people's criticisms about our work in the world, in whichever way we portray that. But that is one of the things that I help people with, is to tap into their own creativity and help them have the courage to express themselves in their own unique creative way, because it's meant to be shared with the world. And that is a flip in how we see ourselves, and a flip in mental constructs that we have about believing in ourselves and believing that we are here for so much more than just our insular selves. So I hope that makes sense. I hope you find that helpful. So just know that if this is you, if I'm describing you, this is a very highly transformative time, and it requires the unraveling, the gentle unraveling of your entire life's programming, because we have been programmed our entire lives, and we have created beliefs about who we are as a result and how we need to do life. And so I want to share some tips that I feel will be helpful for you. Number one is spend time with yourself. This is a journey of self-discovery. There is absolutely no time limit on that journey to self-discovery. It's an evolving process. When we spiritually awaken in this way, we will naturally gravitate towards wanting to spend more time with ourselves, by ourselves. Well, you might want to spend more time in nature. You might want to start reading books. But the point is that you feel like you just want to go inside and be by yourself. And I want you to know that that's part of the process. So allow that to happen. If you're feeling that's what you need, then take that time that you need. There will be times where you feel like going out and socializing, and so you go and do that, and then you feel like you need to go be by yourself to recharge. Completely normal, completely part of the process. Tip number 2 is take care of yourselves. Take care and pour all of the tension that was always outwardly focused, not necessarily on other people, but on other things that were distractions. Pour all of that energy and attention that you were projecting outwards and start to turn that inwards on yourself. If you have young kids at home, absolutely, you're going to have to pour attention and take care of your kids. But once that is fulfilled, turn your attention back on taking care of yourself, nurturing your own mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health. Very important during this time. The next tip I have for you is to make decisions and choices that feel good for you. This requires you to tune in to yourself and to check in with how you're feeling. So if you're presented with 2 choices, do I want to have chicken for dinner, or do I want to have curried chickpeas for dinner? Something simple like that. Check in with yourself and see what feels best for you. This is a journey of going inward to trust your intuition and trust the feelings that you have. We have been conditioned not to trust our inner wisdom and our inner knowing. And this journey is actually calling you back into yourself to learn how to listen to your intuition. So something as simple as, what do I have for dinner? What feels best for me to be eating? What feels best for me to be doing after work? What feels best about what time I want to go to bed? What feels best in terms of what do I want to watch on TV, right? So it's that feeling and listening, getting tuned in to your intuition. And the last point that I have is find support. Whether the support is through watching videos like this, thank you very much if you're still with me. Support can be therapy to help you with the healing, support through coaching. Find something or someone that is going to help pick out the limiting beliefs, help you process the pain that is underneath your trauma. You can look also for energy healers, Reiki practitioner. I'm a Reiki practitioner. I'm also a self-love coach. I can help in all of those areas. But find something that works for you. And again, find something that feels best for you. If you are looking for a therapist, for example, not all therapists are going to be the right fit for you. Not all coaches are going to be the right fit to help you. Not all YouTubers who are also doing this type of work are going to be the right fit for you. So that requires you again to tune inward and just trust that does this person feel like they can help me with this? Do I feel like they understand me? Those things are really important. And so some final thoughts on this. This might not feel like it, but this is such a significant and very exciting time of your life. It truly is. It sucks. It is not a happy process, but it is a very exciting and transformative time in your life. It's that process of self-discovery and spiritual growth that is going to get you to your wish fulfillment. You will find that new space within yourself where you feel grounded and secure and feel like you can look around your space and go, yeah, this feels good. That gives me goosebumps actually when I say that. But it's that feeling when you look around and go, yeah, I did this. this feels really good. So stick with it, trust the process. I am here for you every step of the way. If there's anything that I can do to help you with, you can book a complimentary call with me. We will talk all about you and what it is that you're going through. And I hope that you found some value in this video. If you did, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and until the next video and until I see you again, take good care.